Hello and welcome to the in-depth series of Drishti IAS. Arun Goyal has been appointed as an election commissioner with lightning speed. This has made the Apex Court to question how did it happen. We are going to talk about that only. From the perspective of GS Mains Paper Second as well as from the perspective of prelims, you have to ensure your total devotion to today's segment because we are going to discuss all these in detail. Let's first of all talk about the background. What happens in January 2015? Advocate Anup Baranwal, he petitioned with the help of public interest litigation that the current system of appointing members of the Election Commission of India is unconstitutional, and the current system of appointment, it violates Article 324 Clause 2 of the Constitution. We will talk about that. Court, accordingly, it is said that court, according to Anup Baranwal, the court should issue directions to create an independent collegium-like system for the appointments of ECI, because right now Constitution doesn't provide it. Moving ahead, let's talk about Article 324. Article 324 of the Indian Constitution specifies that the Chief Election Commissioner and the election commissioners will be appointed by the President, alright? And this will be, of course, in accordance to the laws that the Parliament makes. Now, on what basis the Parliament appoints the CECs and the ECs, this is dubious. So, what is the petitioner's claim? He is saying, although Article 324 places a check on the President's power, no such law has been enacted by the Parliament with respect to what should be the criteria to look in for an election commissioner and CEC. What is the government arguing? It is saying that all the past chief election commissioners and the election commissioners, they have very honorable record and they were appointed on similar lines that we are using to appoint today. So it has also, the center has also urged the court to not intervene because the matter falls within the executive domain. Now, encroachment might occur, and encroachment and judicial overreach issue may occur over here. Moving ahead, now let's talk about the court. What has the court said till now? It is being heard by a 5-judge constitutional bench. Justice K.M. Joseph, Justice Ajay Rastogi, Justice Aniruddha Bose, Justice Rishikesh Roy, and Justice C.T. Ravi Kumar. There are certain questions and certain facts and questions that they are looking answers for. First, they are going to identify the process the executive adopts to appoint the members of the ECI, which is not very clearly defined in the Constitution. How does the executive identify eligible candidates from a pool of civil servants? What are the criteria? It's not well defined. So, favoritism doesn't occur. The court wants to ensure that. What is the basis for recommending a name to the Prime Minister, and what factors do the Prime Minister and President consider when approving the recommendation? And the bench seems to be determined to establish transparency in the process. Alright. Moving ahead, now let's talk about Election Commission of India. It was established by the Constitution. It is an autonomous constitutional body on 25th January 1915. It is also celebrated as the Voters' Day. The Secretariat of ECI is in New Delhi and it conducts elections for Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and the state legislative assemblies in India. The offices of the President and the Vice President in the country as well, but it is not concerned with the election of the panchayats and municipalities in the state. For that, we have state election commissions. Moving ahead, now let's talk about the appointment. The Chief Election Commissioner and the election commissioners, they are appointed by the President, okay? And there is a tenure. You can serve as the CEC and the CEC for up to 6 years, or you have to complete 65 years. That means whichever is earlier. Either you serve for 6 years or you can retire when you become a person of 65 years of age. Now, they have the same status and receive salary and perks as the judges of the Supreme Court of India. They draw their authority, the Election Commission of India draws its authority from the Constitution itself according to Article 324, remember that. And according to that only, Article 324 only, the powers of superintendence, direction and control of election is vested in the Election Commission. Moving ahead, now let's talk about the size of the Election Commission. The Constitution doesn't have any fixed size. It's not mentioned in the Constitution that you must have this many EC and CEC. So, Article 324 Clause 2 of the Indian Constitution says that the Election Commission shall consist of the Chief Election Commissioner, that is for sure, and such number, which is not defined, of the election commissioners, if any, as the president may from time to time fix. Now, from the date of creation of Election Commission of India, that was it was a single person body by Chief Election Commissioner, the ECI was being operated. But on October 16, 1989, two more election commissioners were appointed. That was just before the 9th general election. That 9th general election, because of this particular move, it was seen that the executive is trying to have influence over the Election Commission of India. Now, of course, this is the issue. That was an issue. And if we talk about the procedure, how the election commissioners and CEC are appointed, this has been, said by the center to the court recently. A list of serving and retired officials in the position of secretaries is prepared. Then from this only, a panel of names is prepared for the consideration of the Prime Minister and the President. The Prime Minister, after considering the panel, recommends the names to the President, and a note with the recommendation is submitted to the President of India, and thereafter appointments take place. The appointment of ECs follows seniority, and senior among the two ECs goes on to become the Chief Election Commissioner. This was said by the center. So what has happened as of yet? What is the actual matter? Arun Goel, basically, on Thursday, the file was cleared in 1 day of his appointment. The position was blank. We can say the position was vacant since May. But the lightning speed with which he was appointed, why did it occur so? And the court asked if there was any haste or tearing urgency. So Union government was only paying lip service to the concept of independence of Election Commission, it was said by the court. The tenures of the Chief Election Commissioners has been constantly decreasing because executive is appointing those people who might not go for beyond 65 years of age. A person who is 64 years of age, 63 years of age is being appointed because that is ensured that they are not going to complete 6 years. So since 2004, the center has only chosen candidates who would not complete the full term of 6 years. When UPA government was there, 6 chief election commissioners were seen in 8 years. NDA government, the current one, 8 chief election commissioners in 7 years the ECI has seen. So this makes, the court says that why do not we have a collegium system in which the CGI is also CGI is also participating when it comes to the appointment of ECs. Let's see what happens. So the recent appointment came 2 days after the court started hearing the case, which should not have happened. This also the court has pointed out. The problem with the current procedure is that the constitution has not prescribed any sort of qualification to become the election commissioner and the chief election commissioner, not legal, educational, administrative, judicial, nothing. The constitution has also not specified the term of the members of the election commission, not debarred the retiring election commissioners from further appointment by the government. So these are the many reasons. Moving ahead, now let's talk about the question that you have to, practice. Consider the following statements. The Election Commission of India is a 5-member body. The Union Ministry of Home Affairs decides the election schedule for the conduct of both general and by-elections. Election Commission resolves the disputes related to splits, mergers of recognized political party. We have to select the correct answer. That's it. Thank you so much for watching and stay updated.